Is it just me, or is it hard to agree with what you're trying to explain? I don't mind.
Welcome back in for the Mixed Media Deck Build. The deck build is footage that was originally shown on my Instagram account only, and I sped it up 400% as I followed Crafty Hope through her 52 weeks of Crafty Hope prompts, which was a prompt challenge that was actually built onto the deck of cards. This time I've slowed it down to real time. I will show one card each week through 2024 for those of you who prefer the real-time videos.
Sweet delivery is never guaranteed, no matter the place or time. Oh, I like when you're whispering and really listening. Not too much fuss, so keep it easy.
So to start off this time, I'm going to come in with some gesso using my Princeton brush to lay that down over the back of the card. These cards are really slick, so this is helpful when I'm not going to be coming in directly with any collage. So I am getting that down so that other medium can stick to the surface of that card. I'm going to go over that with a second layer of gesso after I get the first layer pretty dry, then get that dried up.
Come on, let's go. Leave expectations and false behaviors. Don't put on a show. Let's just sit in the shade and talk till late. We can go for walks, stroll on the city park, and maybe, just maybe, we could sit in the shade. And maybe, just maybe, we could go for walks,
So I'm going to come in with some golden crackle paste. I'm going to put some of it directly on the card, but I'm also going to use this France Papillon stencil. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember where I got it, but I do know this part was designed by her. And get some of that crackle paste pushed through that stencil. I'm trying to get it really thin where I'm not putting it through the stencil and thicker where the stencil is, so I can get differences of crackle going on the top of that card.
sit in the shade, talk till late, and then we'll see.
And I did let that crackle dry naturally. You will get better cracks if you do that rather than use your heating tool. So I did let that dry naturally. So I've pulled out this piece of old t-shirt that I've got paint soaked, and I am going to cut out a piece of this to use on the surface as part of my focal, or my next layer really.
Time. Oh, I like when you're whispering and really listening. Not too much fuss, so keep it easy. We could sit in the shade, talk till late, and then we'll see. We can go for walks, stroll on the city park, and maybe, just maybe,
So I'm fiddling with this fabric, trying to find out how I want to put it together, and then I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and give it some funky stitches and go from there. And once I get an idea of where I want to place this bundle of fabric, I'm going to kind of make some decisions around where I want the stick to go, and then get that stuck down onto the fabric. And then I need to make some decisions about what I'm going to do with the background, that crackle paste background that I've created.
Don't mind feather wings, no diamond rings, but that's not how you get to me, no. We could sit in the shade, talk till late, and then we'll see. We can go for walks, stroll down the city park, and maybe, just maybe.
So I finally made a decision and pulled out this paper artsy fresco paint in the sorbet, and I'm going to get out a round brush, add some water to it, and just start just getting some paint onto the surface of this card.
And really listening, not too much fuss, so keep it easy. We could sit in the shade, talk till late, and then we'll see. We can go for walks, stroll down the city park, and maybe, just maybe. Take my hand, come on, let's go. Oh, leave expectations and false behaviors. Don't put on a show. Let's just sit in the shade and talk till late. We can go for walks, stroll down the city park, and maybe, just maybe, we could sit in the shade, and maybe, just maybe, we could go for walks, and maybe, just maybe. Is it just me, or is it hard to agree with what you're trying to explain?
I am down to one prompt, and that is gold. Some decisions need to be made now. But first, words. Words will always help you get to the next idea. And just as anticipated, words led to Neocolor 2 crayons and a water brush to get it to move around on the surface. The wonderful thing about using the water brush is that it really, because those Neocolor 2 crayons are water soluble, the water brush is going to activate it and get it moving, and then the cracks of the crackle paste is just going to soak that color up right down into those cracks.
Sweet delivery is never guaranteed, no matter the place or time. Oh, I like when you're whispering and really listening. Not too much fuss, so keep it easy. We could sit in the shade, Is it just me, or is it hard to agree with what you're trying to explain? I don't mind feather wings, no diamond rings, but that's not.
And for that last prompt, gold, I have decided to go with this beautiful gold thread.
Sit in the shade, talk till late, and then we'll see. We can go for walks, stroll down the city park, and maybe, just maybe, sweet delivery is never guaranteed, no matter the place or time.